Good morning. Today we shall study P.B. Shelley's one of the most interesting, beautiful and popular poem, The Cloud. Before coming to the text of the poem, let us know a little bit about Shelley. P.B. Shelley was one of the major English poets. He was born on 4th of August 1792 in UK and died on 8th July 1822. The period which he belonged to was of Romanticism. A few of his famous poems are to be named as Ode to the West Wind, Edone, Queen Mab, To a Skylark, etc. Now, this poem, The Cloud, was written during late 1819 or early 1820. The work was published in 1820 in a collection known as Prometheus Unbound. It was a lyrical drama in 4 acts. Now, Shelley was deeply interested in politics. He was influenced by the anarchist views of William Godwin. Shelley wrote a critical essay named Essay A Defense of Poetry in 1821. It was published in 1840. Now, in this essay, he claimed that poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. This same fervor can be seen in his further works like Queen Mab, written in 1813, and The Revolt of Islam, written in 1818, and his lyrical drama, which I told you earlier, Prometheus Unbound, written in 1820. Shelley saw himself as poet and prophet, as his poem Ode to the West Wind, written in 1819, makes it very clear. In his poems, we see that his concern is with subtleties of perception and with underlying forces of nature. His most characteristic images are of sky and weather, of light and fire. He adheres to the Rousseauistic belief in an underlying spirit in individuals, one truer to human nature itself than the behavior approved by society. In that sense, his material is transcendental and cosmic. Being one of the most famous poems, in this poem, The Cloud, Shelley personifies the cloud. In other words, he gives it life and a personality. Furthermore, the poet makes the cloud tell its own story, so that the poem becomes an autobiography of the cloud. Shelley conceives of the cloud as a separate living entity. Now, his capacity to give a separate and independent life to the various objects of nature and the forces of nature is known as Shelley's myth-making power. Not only the cloud, but thunder and lightning are also personified here. The cloud shows Shelley's high imaginative power. It is wonderful how he describes natural and scientific facts in terms of imagination and fancy. One unusual characteristic of the cloud is that it is written in first person form from a cloud's perspective. The cloud is actually speaking throughout the poem. And obviously this catches our attention right away because we are used to seeing the clouds but not hearing anything from them. Here we see that the cloud is a metaphor for the unending cycle of nature. As with the wind and leaves in his poem Ode to the West Wind and the sky in To a Skylark, in this poem also we see that Shelley endows the cloud with sentient traits that personify the forces of nature. Natural beauty, mortality, and joy are the major themes of this poem. Throughout the poem, he personifies a cloud that acts as a mother to the earth, a nurse to the plants, and then flies under the sky like bees. The poet beautifully presents natural objects as a community that acts in a symmetry to bring rain, thunder, hail and snow on the earth. On a deeper level, the poet compares the cloud with human life, which is constantly changing and recycling. So we'll study the poem and see that all these characteristics together make this poem so beautiful and interesting for us.